As an Urhobo woman living in the UK, I decided to make Urhobo people's ogwo soup for the whole family. Let's go. In an empty pot, I added some water and then put in my already soaked dry meat and tummy fish. Yes, I soaked this all through the night and made this ogwo soup in the morning. I covered my dry meat to cook for a little bit and then added some dried chili pepper. After adding my dried pepper, I added some dried prawn. I then went on to add in my crayfish. This is an already blended crayfish. I made sure I added a lot of crayfish because this ogwo soup requires a lot of crayfish. I stir and mix everything together before adding my red oil. This is not actually the Urhobo oil, but I use the oil we have in the UK. Yes, so this is me adding my oil to the soup and make sure I have enough oil in it. I then covered the soup for it to cook for a while and mix together and brought out my already soaked potage to add to the soup. So this is me adding some potage to the soup and then cover again to cook. Here I added some Maggi cubes and my salt to taste. I stir again to taste the soup if every seasoning is okay. Yes, here I am adding my already soaked gari because I don't have starch, so I used my gari to thicken my ogwo soup. After putting my gari in, I have to stir and stir and stir. Stirring should be consistent because you don't want it to get like lumps under the soup. So I kept on stirring and then allowed to cook. As you can see, my ogwo soup is ogwoing already. This is me continue stirring because I'm trying to see if the consistency of the soup is still okay, and then added some more potage to give the mixture a good look. Yes, this potage will help mix the gari and the oil and the entire soup together and give it a very thick consistency. What is ogwo soup without having a thick consistency? No one wants an ogwo soup that is not thick. So I continue stirring and stirring and making sure I'm getting the right consistency that I want. You can see that I didn't make this too thick because after preparing this ogwo soup, I'll be serving it and putting it in the fridge. Reasons: because after leaving it for a while in the fridge and you go back to dish some, it will be very thick and you have to add some water to it before putting it in your microwave. You see, so I have to be very wise with my consistency. As you can see, ogwo soup is getting set. At this point, I've already turned off the cooker and let to cooling down a little bit before dishing out some for myself. Imagine me eating eba in the morning. That is to tell you how I have craved for this ogwo soup. And guys, guess what? It turned out to be very yummy. What is ogwo soup without tiko? Oh, the tiko was so good. If you love ogwo soup, put a beautiful comment below. And guys, thank you for watching. Mwah.